Hi everyone, I'm Ellen and this is Maximum Cross Stitch Power Hour. It's going to be maximum, it's going to be cross stitch, but it will not be an hour. And I think it will be a very quick cross stitch hour today. I don't really feel like I have much to talk about. It's been about a month since my last check-in with you guys, and my thumb is still a bit of an issue. I mentioned last time that I have a little bit of trigger thumb. It's better because I've been laying off of it a fair bit. I even took several days off of stitching, which was kind of depressing. Yeah, so I haven't been stitching as much. I only use one hand to stitch. Usually I stitch two-handed, but I'm only using one hand, so it's going very slowly. So not a lot of progress. I've only worked a little bit on all my projects, so I'm not sure if you will see too much progress between last time and this time. But anyway, just here for a visit anyway. And who doesn't like to look at all the pretty things, right? I do. When I watch Flosstubes, I don't care if there's a ton of progress. I'm just there for the visit. So hopefully you'll be okay with that too. Okay, so let's pitter patter get at her. Let's start with the finish. I actually had a finish. This is Stacy Nash's Paris 1902 bag. I think that's what it's called. I'll insert a picture of what it of her chart right here. And here is my finish. As you can see, I left off the Paris 1902 part with the little filigree things at the bottom. I'm going to frame it, so I didn't really want to put it on there, and this makes it much neater. And yeah, so I'm quite pleased with it. I like the great big splotch in the middle of it. This is on 40 count pie crust by Graham Cracker Fabrics. That's Kitten Stitcher's son. And I used Schoolhouse Red by Gentle Art. I really like the alphabets in this one, especially that bottom one. It's really quite interesting looking. Anyway, yeah, so I'll get that to the framer when things open up again. As you may have heard from other Ontario floss tubers, our entire province is in a lockdown. Our third wave of COVID is quite bad, and it's being driven by younger people who have to go to work, like teachers and warehouse workers and grocery store workers. You know, the non-medical front line is really suffering in this third wave. Most of the hospitalizations are like in the 29 to 40 age group, or something, you know, much different than what we've been experiencing in the past. So that's quite serious. And our vaccination rollout isn't, well, it has a lot to be desired. It hasn't been effective, and it's at the point now where the variants are catching up to any good that the vaccines could do. So we're in a very tricky spot right now. Hopefully the vaccines will be able to cover the variants, but that remains to be seen. They're still working on that in the science world. Anyway, so yeah, not a great situation here in Ontario, but Brian and I are very fortunate that we don't have to go out to work, and we can just, you know, do the essentials, grocery store and home, and a little bit of exercise in the neighborhood, but really we're sticking pretty close to home. It's kind of scary. Okay, let's move on to works in progress. As I say, I haven't made a ton of progress on everything, but I have touched almost everything. The thing that I've been working on the most is the April installment of the Fruit Plenty Sal by Modern Folk Embroidery, of course, Jacob, Modern Folk Embroidery. This is what the whole project looks like here. You all know what it looks like, but here's a picture here. And here's my progress. I'm not quite finished April, but here's what I have so far. Just make sure you can see that. So where it ends there on the side, that's as far down as April goes. So not quite finished it. I started this on April 1st when it was released, and have been working on it every day except for 4 days that I took off. My plan with this cell is to, as soon as it comes out, I work on it from the first of the month until that section is done, because I'd like to keep up with it and be finished it by December, because it's very pretty. And I feel like if I get left behind, then I won't keep up with it, and I want to keep up with it. I kind of like these sales that come out on the, once a month, so you're sort of motivated to finish that, or I'm sort of motivated to finish that section, and then I can go on to other projects. My next whip is the Elizabeth Jones sampler by Lottie Da. Oh, sorry. My modern folk embroidery, I'm doing it on 36 count white Zweigart that I tea dyed for about 2 seconds, and I'm using 3750 and 922 in DMC. So here's the Elizabeth Jones sampler by Lottie Da. I know Laura, Modern Mozart from Brenda the Serial Starter, is working on this one. I think maybe Carol Saltbox Stitcher is working on it too, or maybe she's finished it. Anyway, this is a delightful stitch. And I didn't get too much done on it, but enough that I feel like I could show a little bit. Sorry, nothing is ironed because I'm lazy. So I got down to the bottom border, and I started working on the grass with the swans and that funky tree. So yeah, this is a really nice stitch. Really fun and then very pretty. I'm doing this on 36 count Winter's Brew in the called for DMC. This is the front. I feel like the linen might be a little dark. I don't feel like the colors are popping quite enough, but I think it's pretty enough. And yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. Oh, and I did the birds in a little cartouche there. I'm hoping that is focusing. So yeah, I like this one because it's reasonably small, and the end, it doesn't seem like something I'm going to be working on for, a solid year, which at this rate it might be. My next whip is Oriental Willow Landscape by Leslie Tier. I got this from Etsy. No, actually I got this from her website, which I will put in the drop down box. This was one of my stitches for hashtag Stitch Asia. Stitch Asia really goes forever for me because I just love Asian themed art, textiles, design. And this is where I am. Not too much further. I think I maybe worked 1 day on this. But it's so beautiful. It's so beautiful. I just love it. I do love blue willow patterns. I've got lots of blue willow plates. And when I was a kid, I just thought that, they were the height of luxury, anything with the blue willow pattern. So it's kind of stuck with me. I'm doing this on, again, a 36 count white Zweigart that I dunked in tea for about 2 seconds. I think this might actually be a piece from the same piece that I'm using on the Modern Folk Embroidery thing that I'm doing of Jacob's thing chart. Anyway, I think it's very pretty, and I love what the back stitch is doing. It really brings it to life. And I'm not a huge fan of backstitch as a rule. I don't mind doing it, but I don't generally like, I don't do a lot of projects that have it in it. That's not that I don't like it, I just don't have a lot of projects that have it in it. But in this one, it's really kind of been key. It's very nice. Another project I had for Stitch Asia was this little mini cushion by Sheena Rogers Designs. This is Oriental Dragon. My friend Ryan gave this to me. And I'm doing this 1/1 on mushroom Lugana using the Supply DMC. Didn't work too much on this, so I don't know if you'll actually see any progress at all. But it's full coverage, and it's a little tough on my hands on the 28 count full coverage. So I can't do it for too long. If I do it this way, maybe I'm hoping that that is focusing. The colors are amazing, and it's going to be just a beautiful little jewel when it's done. I'm quite happy with this design. I love it. Next, and forever, Dutch Beauty, Permanent of Copenhagen. I am in the section now where I'm starting to work on the big swan that's at the bottom of the piece, and I can tell you for nothing that it's going to go on forever. I only worked a couple days on this because I started it a few days before April 1st, and April 1st I had to start Modern Folk Embroidery. So I just got into, let me see if I can, yeah, I just started the signets, and I'm just starting the swan. I did the nest and a little bit of the bulrushes. I'm really hoping you can see this. But yeah, I've just outlined the signets and did the nest part and outlined where the grass will go. But there, you know, that whole section above the signets there is just filled with swan. And that'll take a long time to do. But, you know, it's all just one stitch at a time, right? And I do love stitching on this one. It really is a sort of a calming stitch just because the colors are so muted. I'm hoping that you can see this because I can't see a thing. Hi. My husband is out for a run, so I thought I would take the opportunity to do this right now. And like you, Betsy, I can't do a floss tube if my husband is in the house. Even though, you know, he's not really interested in my cross stitch stuff, but he would totally support me doing something that makes me happy. So I don't know why I'm shy about it. Next is a new start. I started the hankycell, which is a cell hosted by Jacob of Modern Folk Embroidery. Yeah, and of course he did this design, and I don't have the name of it. It's in Italian. I'll insert a picture of it here. You can see the title of it. So it's huge. It is huge. It's, I can't remember the stitch count. I'll put it here somewhere. But it's big, but there's a lot of negative space in it, as you can see from the cover photo. So each page goes pretty quickly. So I've been enjoying it. I only stitched 3 or 4 days, but I got 2 pages done. And that's what I have done so far. Sorry, get that better. Can you see those colors? I mean, it's like this weird dusty purple mauve and gold. It's just so elegant, so elegant. And look at this piece of fabric. Like, it's a full yard, but I won't use a full yard, but I'll use a lot of it. I just love buying full yards of fabric. And I'm like Laura, the serial starter, that I have to make sure, I have to stitch and make sure I have enough fabric before I'll actually cut it to size, because I need a good amount on each side for my Q-snap, because if there's not enough, then it just keeps slipping, and that's irritating. Anyway, this is really fun, and I look forward to getting back to this one pretty soon once I'm done the April section of Freedom Plenty. My last work in progress, excuse me, is Sheepmate Safely Grace by Victorian Rose Needle Arts, and here is that's what it's supposed to look like. The picture is awful, like it always is. I'm gonna stand up for this. I worked, here it is in all of its glory. I worked a little bit more on the house and I finished the house on that page. And there's only like a little strip of house to go here, like maybe a row of like 5 stitches, and then the roof, which is pretty solid. So this page and then this page are the most stitch intensive of the piece. And then it just gets back to sort of more regular sampler stuff. But yeah, I didn't work too much on this one because at this point my hand was feeling pretty rough. But it's beautiful. You know, it's just an epic, epic piece. And I'm glad that I've sort of just puttered along on it and kept going, because when it's done, it's going to be quite the showstopper. Just start doing some more of that 1/1 verse too. Oh, I love it. Oh, I'm doing this using the called for DMC on, I believe this is Patriots Brew. Okay, so those are my works in progress. I'll show you some stitchy kindness that I got from Cindy C Stitches. She's Cindy C Stitches on Instagram, and she is one of those commenters that Flosstubers love. Like, she's like always has something nice to say. She's just, I love it when she comments, because she just brightens my day. And she sent me this card. See, that's me and Cindy stitching together. I know it's supposed to be a mother and daughter, but you know, you're all my children. Really pretty card. And she sent me these adorable Kathy Barrett back of the sampler stickers. This is Cats in Early Folk Art. There's a whole bunch of really cool pictures in here. I'm a little bit tempted to cut off the cat pictures and use them like Laura and Brenda do in their stitchy books that they have, that they put all the stickers in. I want to start that. As soon as the next book comes out, I'm going to start that, because I have to do everything they do. So isn't that sweet? Thanks, Cindy. I love it. You guys don't have to send me stuff. I just like the friendships. Then I bought some stuff. Hallelujah, 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 hallelujah. Are you like me when you order something from, you know, a needlework store, and it arrives and then you're sad because you don't have anything else that's coming in the mail, so you order more, and then it arrives and then you're sad because you don't have anything coming in the mail anymore, and then yeah, it's sort of a very vicious circle, and very expensive circle, but it gives me something to get up in the morning for. So now I have bought a whole bunch of stuff, and I had to immediately order more because I didn't have anything else coming in the mail. You know, looking at those tracking numbers every day, raison d'etre, right? So the first thing I got was, like everybody and their dog, the Brenda Key's Sampler Company's Ultimate Sampler Motif Sourcebook. This is really great. And everyone has seen this, but it makes me want to design something, but I'm not very good at it. I've tried, and I'm not very good at it. But there's some beautiful motifs in here, which is great because I tend to not like to do the original verse that's on samplers. And so I can just, you know, if I don't have a verse that I want to put, I can just put little guys from here in there. So that's fun. I've enjoyed flipping through that. What else? Oh, I got another pack of Leo and Roxy from Caroline off the grid. As you know, she is the only distributor for Leo and Roxy cotton floss. Sorry, crinkle people. I'm just going to quickly get it out of this plastic bag because you have to see it, even though it's beautifully packaged, and I'll never get it back in the same way. Oh, Look at this. Oh, did I show this to you last week? I don't think so. Look at these. I'm going to show them to you one by one because these deserve it. Okay, this is Royale. I'm going to put my glasses on so I can enjoy this too. This is Royale. There. This is Vampish, which is kind of a browny hint of purple, browny purpley gray, more brown and gray than purple, but there's a bit of hint of purple there. Antique Wedding Dress, a beautiful ecru. This one is similar, but it's mushroom, a little bit darker than ecru. Beautiful, beautiful neutral. Vixen, because one must have one's namesake. This is a great one. Merlot. $11 points. Oh, Canada. This is a nice bright red. And then this one, these ones were random red, which she says that she'll never be able to make again because it was an error or something, but this is the most beautiful red. So I really hope Leo and Roxy can find this again because this is a good red. And I got 2 of them. Random red, never to be replicated, which is a shame. Caroline, get on Carrie to make more random red if she can. It's a beautiful one. I also got a Selfie Pack. I've never used Selfie before, and I wanted to try, and I haven't yet, but I started Dreams of the Orient by Vivsters, Vivian Powers. She has an Etsy store. I'll link it below. And I was doing it on 18 count Ada. It's full coverage. And I was not happy with using one strand. And I just couldn't use 2. I find it too hard on my hands. But people say that Sulky is like 2 strands of DMC. So I thought, well, maybe that will help. So I sort of judged as best I could what colors would be a good match for the background, this sort of beautiful turquoise, dark and light turquoise background. I'll insert a picture of it here. So I got a couple or 6 sulkies that I think might be usable, and I'll see how that goes. They're coming in the mail. I'll be getting the tracking order for that soon, so I'll be pretty excited. Oh, I'm pathetic. I got a little piece of 56 count white Zygarde from Teresa, my love, Kitten Stitcher. Was this 56? Yeah, 56. It's just 56. And I'm gonna have to find something to use to stitch with it. Jacob says he has some thread that he might send me a little sample of. Jacob, remember you said you were going to send me that sample of coats? Could you send me, because I'm not sure what you're talking about, that I could buy it here in North America. I know there is coats thread, but I'm not sure which type it is. So send me that sample, if you know it's good for you. She also sent me this little needle minder as a little gifty. I think she sent it to me because she loves me, but she's shy about it. But Teresa, you don't have to be shy, you know. I love you right back, and if you want to move into the house next door and, you know, build a little tunnel between the houses so that we can just hang out and be the best friends that we are, you know, I'll put you on my donor card for my organs if you want. I mean, next I got some, everyone in the dog, except for me, has this, and Thomas. I have a beautiful oval frame, and I wanted to see if Walter would fit in said frame. But I might just do the whole piece. And I got all the DMC for it. which I put on thread drops because I'm fancy like Nicole. Look at the pretty colors. I could look at that all day. So yeah, I got that. No plans on starting that immediately, but glad that I have it because FOMO. I just felt very much like a 55-year-old woman when I said, because FOMO, I'm just everybody's mom. And then I got this Devonshire Duo by GGR Needlework Press. I love a Dutch sampler. This is a Dutch sampler, right? I don't know. Yeah, Netherlands. I love Dutch samplers. I also got the DMC and put them on floss drop. Not a lot of colors in this, but you know, very subtle, just like me. Sorry, it takes me a while to pull my stuff together. Have you guys seen Darcy Cameron's latest Flosstube? God, that guy's funny. He makes me laugh. And is this the last thing? Yes, this is the last thing I got. I got this Blackbird designs that I've wanted forever because everyone has done it. My Heart Can Rest. And I got all the DMC for it. I'm just going to do it in DMC. Beautiful colors. Haven't picked a linen yet. Might do it on Ren because I have a whole bunch of it. I'm going to do this for Laura and Brenda's Blackbird weekend. Blackbird Design Weekend Sal. I think the first weekend in May. It's just that weekend, just stitch on a Blackbird. And so I'd like to start this one. So I'm going to do that. And I might even forego working on the Fruit of Plenty for that couple of days that I start that. But that will be my only exception. I have to be ruthless sometimes. Okay, so that's haul. Giveaway winners. I offered up for giveaway 3 charts last time to celebrate 5,000 subscribers. Thank you very much. I really, really appreciate you. And so the winners are for the Hawk Run Hollow chart. The winner is Wanda Greer. I've commented on your comment, Wanda, but if you could pop me an email and let me know your mailing details, I can send this off to you. My email address and my Instagram information if you want to contact me there, all in the drop-down box below. Life, Liberty, and the Pursuit of Squirrels. The winner of that was Foxy Arts and Crafts. I'd love to comment on your comments, so like I said, just fire me an email and I can send this off to you. Lastly, Alida Poupin, or I Need a Poupin by Reflet de Soie. The winner is Debbie Thomas, Minnesota Stitcher, and Debbie has already contacted me, so I will be firing that off to her. Toot sweet. So yay! Thank you very much for entering and for subscribing. It feeds my hungry ego. Yay. Next, Wife of the Week. I had no choice. Obviously, I had no choice this week on who my wife was going to be. I don't know if you saw Jacob's most recent Flosstube, Jacob DeGraff of Modern Folk Embroidery, but he basically serenaded me saying that he wanted to be my wife. And I'm putty with that kind of stuff. If a man is going to sing a song to me, begging to be my wife, like, who am I to deny him the joy and privilege that it is to be my wife, because I'm pretty great. So Jacob, I don't have a song for you. I thought about it, but there's just no way I can top it. And also, if I do it for you, I'll have to do it for everybody. And I'm just too lazy. So Jacob, of course, my dear Jacob, and my friend, I consider Jacob a friend now, a close personal friend and traveling companion. Jacob, you are my wife of the week. Mwah! Love you, fella. Bit on the side. All right. Get a little bit more cleavage here. Linda Stitches. Linda Stitches, you're my bit on the side. Mwah! That's always fun. All right, plans. I'm gonna just keep plugging along. I'm gonna take it easy on my thumb. I massage it every day. I stitch one-handed. I use a lot of heat on it. I have a heating pad going all the time. So I'm doing what I can. But it's not getting worse, so that's a good thing. And if my other hand starts to get sore, then I'll be in real trouble. And then I'll basically just have to shop instead of stitch. And you're welcome, North American economy. I want to start a whole bunch of stuff. I really am itching to start. I've ordered a Heaven and Earth Designs project. Well, I have the chart, which I'm not going to show to you because I ordered all the DMC for it. So once the DMC comes, I'll show you the chart and the DMC. And I ordered some Easy Grid to start that. So yeah, I'm starting a Heaven and Earth design as soon as it comes. I'm an idiot. And I want to do that Blackbird Design Weekend Sal with Brenda and Laura to do My Heart Can Rest. I have about 3 other projects that I'm just itching to start. I think on my birthday, which is in the middle of July, so that's lots of time, I'm going to start Mary Griffith, the GGR Welsh sampler. I'll put a picture of it here. Brenda and Laura have been talking about starting this forever, and I have been wanting to start it forever. So if you want to start that, or you want an excuse to start it, July 14th, Mary Griffith, Welsh Sampler by GGR. Let's do it. I don't have a hashtag for it because it's 3 months away. I still have 3 months of being 54. Yay, it's a great age. And yeah, so if you want to do that, let's do it. Let's start it because we've been talking about it forever. Yeah, so start. I want to do all the starts, and I'm going to continue on my plan of the beginning of every month doing the modern folk embroidery because I really feel like I feel good about doing that because I know I'm going to get that done. Except for May 1st, I'll be starting My Heart Can Rest. I think that's it. I know I've forgotten a lot of things. I should be doing more shout outs because I'm really enjoying everybody else's floss tubes. Betsy, I saw your latest. I love you. Of course, Darcy, I love. Brenda and Laura, I've started watching them from the beginning. This will be the 3rd time. I don't know. There's just something about their videos that I just like listening to them. I'm not obsessed. Anyway, any whoozy whatsy, as Steph would say. I hope that you're safe. I hope you're well. I hope you're vaccinated. You lucky people in the States. I love seeing all your cards that say you've got your 2nd dose. That is so amazing. I am so jealous. But we'll all get there. We'll all get vaccinated and we will all be able to go to retreats and visit family and go to restaurants and be normal again, or some kind of normal. And until I see you next time, I wish you adieu and encourage you all to rock on. No, rock on. That's better. Yeah, rock on.